Raising the matter before Parliament, Francis Mwijuche Buheju, County Member of Parliament, re-echoed Dr. Kizza Besigye's continued detention, saying he looks frail in Luzira prison.
We can't continue debating as usual, as if we don't know that the rights of Ugandans in prisons are being infringed upon. The issue of Dr. Besigye has come here many times. Pictures of Besigye looking frail, sickly, are awash in the media and out there.
Members of Parliament urge the government to respect the rights of prisoners.
I don't want to think that the Attorney General and the Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs is trying to dodge these critical issues that we are raising of human rights violations. The Deputy Attorney General was here yesterday. He told us he had written to Parliament to get information of the concerns raised about Dr. Kizza Besigye. And he was meant to give us feedback. Now they are all absent. Honorable Speaker, government is now present. And government is the one detaining Dr. Kizza Besigye. So government should be able to be answerable to this issue.
According to Asman Basada, the Bugiri Member of Parliament, Dr. Besigye has been placed in a cage and has been limited in the types of food they can deliver to items unavailable at the prison canteen, forcing Besigye to rely on purchases from the facility, a move they strongly oppose.
Right, Honourable Speaker, Mwijuche has been to Luzira as a political prisoner. I have been to Luzira as a political prisoner. Semuju there has been to prison as a political prisoner. A good number of us this side, I have been there as political prisoners. What is happening now in Luzira of subjecting Dr. Besigye to cage discussion? You are this way, there is a cage, is that side, is completely alien in Luzira. Anybody who has been there knows. So
the legislators are demanding that the Minister of Internal Affairs explains whether there is a policy shift to visit prisoners.
The issue we wanted to understand is whether there is a policy shift in as far as visiting and interacting with the prisoners is concerned, especially with regard to Dr. Besigye. That is the issue, Right Honourable Speaker, that perhaps, and not the Attorney General, the Minister for Internal Affairs should come and state whether there is a policy shift. Because since time immemorial, we've been going to Luzira, we've been there as prisoners, and we've been interacting with the people who come to visit us, not in a caged form.
Basalira warns that Besigye's death in prison will have a lasting negative impact on the image of the institution of Parliament.
If Dr. Besigye dies in prison, God forbid, it will send a very bad signal on this institution. Very bad. That something happened, we were around, and we didn't speak out. I wouldn't like, Right Honourable Speaker, to be under your tenure that a leading opposition politician, who, by the way, as we celebrate 39 years of the NRM, one of the people who brought this government in power, that is dying in the regime he facilitated to come to power.
Uganda Kira Municipality Member of Parliament criticized government for not respecting human rights, recounting Kizza Besigye's time during the NRA Bush War. Semuju mocked President Museveni for being ungrateful for people who have helped him.
Matters of rights, I see no appetite from the NRM to participate. The other day you saw how Honorable Akamba was arrested, not even like a chicken thief. Grabbed. The tendency from my experience here is for our colleagues from NRM to think violations are limited to us. I told you here at the beginning of this parliament, I was in B2 in Maxon, where former Vice President Gilbert Bukenya had been a resident, where the Honorable Jim Mwezi had been a resident, the Honorable Mike Mukula, Vice Chairman of NRM, had been a resident. You need to understand how President Museveni works. Many of you, one by one, you will find yourself in prison. You can sit here comfortably because they are talking about Besigye, his opposition. That Besigye we are talking about was the one treating Museveni. Near Museveni died in Ruel, but Besigye treated him. This is how he's paying him. This is how he will pay you. You can pretend.
Musemuju says matters of human rights ought to be handled with urgency and not blatantly like Besigye's issue is being handled.
when we were passing the Public Order Management Act, that time, I remember the architects thought it was going to apply to members on this side. But as fate would have it, the architects of that law were the first victims.
Thank you very much. In fact, I was grabbed from here and dragged by police for protesting. The Honorable Members complained here why I was not taken to the disciplinary committee of Parliament. I saw him on TV being grabbed by the collar in Ginger. So this is a very serious matter. When rights are, that's universal.
Relatedly, the Nyendo Mukungwe legislator Mathasi Mpuga also reawakened the plight of 18 missing NUP supporters, noting that the time scheduled for delivering a report on their absence had already elapsed.
These two ministers to come and report on the missing 18 has since lapsed. The time was given in November. May you compel them to report next week on the same matter so that we handle them concurrently, right, Honorable Speaker?
Sure.
It is against this backdrop that the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Saibwa, directed the Parliamentary Committee to visit Dr. Kizza Besigye in Luzira Upper Prison to assess his condition, and also the Ministry of Internal Affairs to deliver a report on the floor of Parliament next week on Tuesday. John William Ogenda, Freddy Chris Chisawo for BTM News Today.